Okay, so what is JavaScript? So we know Java is a object-oriented programming language. It is so entirely different, and JavaScript is different. So JavaScript is mainly used for front-end technologies development. HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So these all three combination is used to develop the front-end part. So HTML is just so that to draw a skeleton, and to color up or style you will use a CSS. And if you want to perform actions, so any action, it can be click or type, or you want to send a message, or you want to share, or any kind of action related you want to perform, so we can do that with JavaScript. So that's these three combination, so makes your website works properly. So that JavaScript is incorporated. So with this HTML and CSS, HTML code inside, you can so integrate, and you can make the JavaScript so to work your website properly. So that's the front-end technology. This JavaScript is basically a scripting technology, scripting programming language. So that is Java is a normal object-oriented programming concept. So it's entirely different. So JavaScript has a lot of versions also. So it is first, invented by Brendan H. So when he was working with the Netscape, we have seen even Netscape, right, in initial days. So that time, 1995, this has come first, and it was initially named as Mocha, then LiveScript, then finally they finalized the name as JavaScript. So, and also JavaScript was just designed for Netscape Navigator. So that's a browser, one of the browser, right? So that's initially they use it, but nowadays every browser has a JavaScript. So without that, it doesn't work out your applications also. So these are the standardizations, different versions and standards. Netscape submitted a JavaScript to ECMA. This is one of the association for standards. So for that, they submitted this JavaScript for that. So it was standardized in 1997 by this association, ECMA association, and that's why this is also called ECMAScript. So in 1997, the ECMAScript ES1 was released as the official standard version of JavaScript. So these are 1997, the first ECMAScript was released, and keep going. And now we are using ECMA, 2008, ECMAScript 4, and continuing. So it's now the latest version of JS is 4.3 30.0 you can use. So that's the latest version. So JavaScript used many places like web, mobile. So mostly this React native and desktop applications, this widely used. But JavaScript is the base for even for a TypeScript also. If you know JavaScript, TypeScript is easy. And so the advanced version of JavaScript is the TypeScript, but there slight changes will be there. But you can work even with the TypeScript also if you know JavaScript. So that's why it's very easy. You can finish two Java programming languages at a time if you know JavaScript. And even if you are good with the JavaScript, you can even switch if you want in developing side also. So because a lot of demand is there with the JavaScript. So, and JavaScript, there are some reserved keywords, but so those reserved keywords are these are all reserved keywords. which is going to be used, break, char, debugger, double. So these are all the final, because some of them we will use mostly this, and then we'll discuss those at the time of when we are using those things. So these are all basics, so you don't need to worry about that. These are some of the reserved keywords are removed. Has been removed from this script 5 and 6. So double, final, float, go to, char, byte, boolean, int, long, native, short. So these are some of them removed in the latest version of JavaScript. So JavaScript comments, same as a Java, right? So you can use it. This is for single line comment, and this is the multi-line commenting. So you can use this to comment your any code if you don't want execute that line of code. So that's how JavaScript comments. And so there are identifiers or names. So JavaScript identifiers means namings, right? So basically you can give a name for the variables, you can give a name for the functions, you can give a name for the classes, so any of them, so that naming any of them, so you can use these identifiers. So those identifiers are used to name any entity. So entity means I am talking about variables, functions, classes. So any keywords if you want to name, so we'll call them, that name we call them as an identifiers. So the rules for identifiers, right? I'll give you variable naming conventions, function naming conventions, and class naming conventions. So these are the very important. You have to follow these naming conventions when you are writing the variables, functions, and classes. So that it looks nice. So the file names also, how to write file names. So we'll understand those things. So the variable names is the camel case you have to use. So variable names you have to use a camel case, and function names also a camel case you have to use. Class names, you should write them every word first letter, so in uppercase, remaining letters in lowercase. So that's the normal standards. So we'll follow that. And so here is the all these naming conventions we mentioned very clearly. These are the class naming conventions. So this is the Pascal case, we call that. So you can give the how to create a class is simple. Class keyword, the class name. So use every word first letter in uppercase you write. If more than one words are there. If one word is there, you can just write first letter in capital, remaining are lowercase. So that's our, like a Java, already Java. So same standards in Java and here also. So basically a class is a template or a blueprint. So it is mainly used for creating objects, right? So that's the main purpose of a class. Even in Java also, you will use a class as a template. Based on the template, you can create multiple objects. If class is not there, object doesn't exist. So that's a main thing. And each class can have many objects. So when you create object, the memory will allocate. So that's a but here the constructor will be created here with the constructor name. Okay, so this is the constructor keyword you will use. You will write same this one, and you can give a name also if you want. And then so this parameter, this is the parameter. See here we are not specifying the data type. So in the JavaScript, automatically it will take based on the value you are passing. So that is the this advantage here. Otherwise in Java you have to specify the parameter is what data type it is, right? So that is the one headache you don't have in JavaScript. And method names, we have to give a method name a camel case. So as I already mentioned, starts with a lowercase letter. Each subsequent word starts with a capital letters. So it represents actions, right? Basically functions or methods are similar. We call functions here in the JavaScript, and the functions mainly for representing the actions or behavior of that object. That's how functions. You can write a function without any modifiers, all those things, just like this. Say first word all lowercase and second word onwards, each word first letter in capital letter, and you can declare your parameters. So you can write a return type methods or normal methods also. If the method doesn't want to return, don't put a return keyword in the body. So this is the method body. So directly you can call this parameter here. So while calling this function, you can just give values. So that we'll discuss in detail, don't worry. And then variable names. So variable names are